And then, of course, this is naturally where we like to talk over everything and
Right, yeah.
do weird things. And I'm hoping the cats don't hit things and explode everything.
Yeah, well, you never know what'll happen. The intern is present.
And so are we!
Yay! We are too.
Yay! Hi, everybody. Once again, I'm Chuck.
And I'm Kris.
And unfortunately, we don't have Alyce tonight. But we are the Todd-CAST. And tonight, we're going to be discussing being at Disney with a disability.
Yeah.
Well, kind of, I don't know. Is disability even a right word now anymore?
No, but the new word is differently abled, which is crazy.
That's weird on its own.
Yeah.
There. I mean, that's...
we all have our strengths and weaknesses.
I can't go there like that.
No.
I can't do that. Because it's... Okay, to be honest, I have to be honest with what's going on with me. I'm an amputee. I'm a below-the-knee amputee on my left leg. And it's not a disability, but it's a challenge.
It is a challenge.
It's a mobility challenge.
Yeah.
It means that I cannot walk without a prosthesis.
Right.
I mean, I can walk with crutches.
Yeah.
I can walk with a walker.
Well, you hop.
After a fashion.
After a fashion.
Yeah. And, oh, great.
I know. The chase is on between the manager and the intern. Chaos is about to ensue.
Okay, so I am an amputee. And we went to Disneyland.
We
did. And, how can I say it? We didn't ride that many rides this time.
No, but that was kind of the point. Our point this time was to just go and enjoy the park and try and see some characters or just enjoy being around, catch a few rides that we always make a point of doing or that are brand new to us that we haven't had a chance to do yet. So that's what we did.
Yeah. And honestly, I was kind of happy for it because I am a frustrated animator, sort of. You know, I want to draw.
Yes.
And I want to draw the characters. And I was able to do a preliminary sketch at California Adventure. That didn't go anywhere.
Well,
you know, it's
still preliminary.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
There we are.
Yeah.
It had an intended purpose, but it never quite made it there.
Well, yeah.
But
I was going to say execution fail.
Oh, well.
So, yeah. But regardless, we had a good time. I think I had a marvelous time, actually. I mean,
I did too.
Even with all the trials and tribulations of our first day at Disneyland and getting around then, naturally, I always leave Disneyland with wanting to do something more.
Yes.
Okay. Because there's always something more to do.
Well, yeah, you're never done.
You know,
it's never the same park twice. So,
well, yeah. And I don't believe in my mind, we didn't meet enough characters.
It's true.
Of course, we didn't ride that many rides. Because we didn't really intend to ride that many rides.
No, but it's okay. And we checked out a few restaurants we'd never been to before. Yes. So that was neat. We stayed in a hotel that we haven't been to since it had been converted to Pixar.
Since Kat was very, very little.
Very, very little. And California Adventure was a whole different thing.
Yeah, it was.
It still had the giant orange.
Yeah. Oh, yes. The orange stinger or whatever
it was.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just remember seeing it out the window of the hotel.
Yeah. And, oh, wow.
Yeah. Things have changed.
They
for the
have.
Better.
They have. I really, Paradise Pier was a lot of fun. Okay.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I had a good time at Paradise Pier.
Well, Lilo and Stitch were there, so of course I, enjoyed that.
I really, really enjoyed Pixar Place. Okay, what they've turned it into.
Yeah.
Because again, being a frustrated artist, Well, you know, I mean, you tell him. Yeah.
I mean, he walked in and that was it. He lost it. I lost him to the artwork for quite a while. He was wandering around checking out all the artwork as I was getting us checked in, which was an amazing experience. The cast members were so great there. And then, yeah, every time we were in the lobby after that, we always had to make a few extra minutes so he could check out a new thing that was, that we hadn't seen yet.
Normally, I'm the one sort of driving the force of, come on, we gotta go.
Gotta get going.
But not this time.
Mm-mm.
Not this time. And
it's like, are you done yet, sweetie? Can we go to the park?
But
now?
did you see
Yes, I did.
And then with the in tears.
And we took pictures of it so you can look at it later.
Yeah, but still tears. Because I had a great time with it.
Yeah.
I mean, I had a great time with it.
It is definitely an artist's hotel.
Well, and hence that's the reason for the startup music this time, is because it was that nostalgic Disney experience all the way through.
Absolutely was. Yeah.
All
Only
the way
with
through.
Pixar. But yes.
Well, yeah, but I mean, even when we were at the park at Disneyland, it was still that nostalgic feel. I mean, we rode a Main Street vehicle.
We did.
Okay.
And I went and talked to the horse of the other vehicle.
Yes. And
the owner of the horse. But
this is where I've already introduced myself as a below the knee amputee, but this is where I think we need to go really in depth now with getting around the park.
Yeah. So your first little bit at Disneyland on our first day was just the look of joy on your face to be able to walk into the park and to be able to ride that vehicle, because that's not something you can do when you have a mobility scooter. It is definitely not accessible with the scooter. So being able, I videoed you walking under the tunnel because it's the first time you've been able to walk on your own 2 feet for a while.
Well, yeah, almost 1 foot.
Well, it's yours. You bought it.
Well, okay.
So, there you go.
Yeah.
And
it is part of me now.
It is part of you now.
Yeah.
It is, definitely part of your body.
That was, okay. But getting to the gate, though.
Yeah, it was a bit of a haul.
Big deal on its own.
We overextended on the first day, and I kind of knew that was going to happen, but it was just how all the reservations between restaurants and the evening show worked out, is that everything had to happen on the first day. And so, we started with breakfast at Goofy's Kitchen. So our first trek was to get over to the Disneyland Hotel.
Indeed.
And then from there, which is the furthest distance from Disneyland, walk all the way back down. So just getting to the front gate of Disney on your own 2 feet was a lot. It was a lot of walking.
It was. And honestly, I took the first victory of walking from Pixar Place to the Disneyland Hotel to Goofy's Kitchen.
Yep.
I took that as a first victory.
Definitely.
Just straight up, because that was just being able to do it.
Yes. And being able to walk into the Disneyland Hotel.
Yes. And walk into the restaurant.
Yes.
And not have to worry about, where am I going to put the scooter? Are there people in my way? I don't need to worry about that because I was mobile.
Yes. But as much as you prep to go, Disney is a lot of walking and a lot of standing. And so I don't know what you'll say about this, but my feeling is you probably didn't prep enough or didn't realize the impact, not on the prosthetic side, which is what you were so concerned about, but on your other foot, and how, at the end of the day, that was the problem more than your amputated side.
Yeah. For as much as I thought I trained, and And for as much as I thought that I had prepared and did,
Yeah, and we did, you know, we
you know,
enjoyed
because,
it.
well, my endurance was way up from what it was before.
Exactly. Yeah,
So-
you wouldn't have been able to survive that first day because that was like a 14-hour day for
Well,
us.
yeah,
So-
but it was, you know, for these last 3 years, from where I came from in 2022
Yeah.
to 2025.
Yeah, I mean, completely
You know.
bedridden, barely could get around the house,
Oh yeah,
to being able to walk through and spend a 14-hour day at Disneyland.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I came a long way.
Absolutely.
Okay, I came a long way. I did not train hard enough.
You trained enough for one day, but maybe not for the 3.5 days. I mean,
Yeah,
keep in mind,
yeah.
too, that the first day was after walking through 2 airports and getting to the hotel and all of that, too. So you'd had a long day the day before.
Oh, the airports were a cakewalk
Comparatively.
you know, compared to what we did.
Yeah, I
that was-
mean, you'd been through that
Airports were-
experience
that was nothing.
before, and so
Yeah.
you kind of knew what to expect and all of that. So, yeah.
oh yeah, I mean, walking the air, like I can walk DIA now.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
But still, it was a lot of steps and a lot of, as it turns out, probably a lot of wear and tear on your right foot that then you ended up paying the price for.
Okay, I also think it was ill-fitting shoes.
Well, yes, there is that.
Okay, these these prescription shoes that I have, these orthopedics,
Mm-hmm.
They are 3 years old.
Right. And you've
Okay.
changed a lot of shape since then.
Yes, I have.
Mhm.
And my foot has changed shape from when I initially got them. When I initially got them, I had all my toes on my right foot.
Right. Correct.
Okay.
I should say.
So I am missing a big toe. I also have severe claw toe on my right foot from poor circulation. That's what happens with your feet. Is the worse the circulation gets, the more the toes want to do this and start to curl up. So I'm literally walking on the toenail on my second toe,
Yeah.
and it shows now because it's all purple.
Mm-hmm.
So I've
Yeah.
got to watch that careful, because if it does not improve,
Right.
then I may lose the toe,
Yeah.
and I don't want to start that mess again.
No, please
So.
not, because
Yeah.
that's the slippery slope that got you to where you are on the left side.
Yeah.
So, although your circulation's much better on your right side.
Well, yeah, thanks for the bypass, but yeah,
Yeah.
that's another story. That's
Another day.
Yeah.
But just the joy that you had being without the scooter. It's so funny. To me, the scooter it's a big pain to use it, but when you need it, and it is the best thing ever. So it is a love-hate relationship with those mobility scooters, because you can't do the park without them if you need them.
Right.
And yet they are their own burden, and it's so nice to be independent of them. So having that one day gave you that appreciation for, one, not needing it, but also when you need it, and you need to take advantage of the fact that you can have it.
And that's something I was going to say. With Saturday, with all the trials and tribulations, Saturday was so very, very important for me.
Yes.
So vitally, vitally important.
And I still think, even though it was exhausting and the end of the day was a bit of a struggle, we had a great day.
We had an excellent day.
We had an excellent day. Yeah. I mean, we did ride a few rides. We did some shops. We went to what's the restaurant called where the Dole Whips are?
The
Kid something?
the Tropical Hideaway.
There you go.
Yeah.
I knew it had a hide in it.
I was going to call it Tahitian Terrace, but it hasn't been the Tahitian Terrace since the 60s.
Right.
So,
But
1960s.
But it is sort of a hideaway, because
Well, it is.
we'd
Yeah.
never actually been in there before and sat down in there
Well,
and enjoyed it.
at
It's
one
a fun
time-
little place.
At one time, it used to be Aladdin's magic carpet or something. or
Yeah,
other.
and you can still see bits and pieces of decoration from that. They left a few things in there just for funs.
Yeah.
But
it original. Okay.
Here is now Disney history. Okay. Yeah, here we go.
Originally, it was the Tahitian Terrace,
Okay.
and it was the location where there was a luau.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
In the style of a tourist luau in Hawaii.
Oh, goody.
Yeah. You know, Polynesian dancers and everybody in the Tongan fire spinners and, you know, and the big Samoans coming out yelling at you. And, you know.
Kind of like what they had at the Polynesian.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
But cheesier.
Well, yeah.
Okay. You know, because it was right outside, right behind the tiki room, the enchanted tiki room. So that's why it was all there and everything.
Yeah.
And
That
they
makes
did
complete sense.
You know, that's where the original meat on the stick was.
Oh, okay.
That's where they had the poo-poo platter and everything that you would normally get at a luau type thing.
Okay.
And it's all right there. So that's where that all happened. It went through some iterations after that. I think it died out in the 70s, and I don't think they did anything with it until like in the 80s or the late 80s, early 90s, when Aladdin came out, and they turned it into Aladdin's Magic Carpet or something. I can't remember what it was. And now it is the Tropical Hideaway, where you can get Dole Whips. Yeah. Not just a Dole Whip. Okay.
No, which is what we got. But man, yeah.
You can get Dole Whips. You can get the swirl Dole Whips. You can get
whatever the special of the season is,
right now
which was a spicy.
It's a pineapple upside down cake Dole Whip.
Right, but it has that red peppery stuff on it. I can't remember what it's called.
Oh, it's not that's not the one I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
No, the pineapple upside down Dole Whip is the one with the cake crumbles on the top of it.
That's right. Yeah, when we were there though, it was that like they called it like the lava or something.
Oh yeah, and I don't remember what that was. I don't remember what it is.
So it's kind of that sweet hot combo, which was quite popular. Lots and lots of people had it. So
it's for all you hipsters out there who want your pineapple and sriracha. Okay.
Pretty much. Yeah. Yeah. I got the swirl, so it was pineapple and strawberry?
Raspberry.
But that was good. It was really good.
It was very nice. Yes, it was very nice.
You stuck with the traditional.
I got it. I'm
pineapple?
sorry, but it's a Dole Whip. It's got to be pineapple.
And you can also, can you get the boozy Dole Whips there?
I don't remember if you can or not. I don't know.
I can't remember either.
I'm gonna say no.
Yeah, me too. But yeah, you can get other kinds
Further
of
research.
I know, right? I'm so used to not having alcohol at Disneyland, but you can now, so...
I kind of wish you didn't have it at all either. I'm sorry.
There's plenty of places. Just go out to downtown Disney if you need a drink.
If that's the case, well, and honestly, if you need it that bad, just keep it in Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah, I mean, it is nice
keep it in
to have it in Olga's Cantina.
Well, okay.
It'd be weird to not have it.
That's for later in the talk is Olga's, and we didn't do it this time.
Because it's always a long wait, and we didn't book it ahead of time.
There was no guarantee that we would have gotten someplace to sit.
And,
I'd have to stand.
We wanted to try and do things that we hadn't done before.
Right.
So.
And, okay, the next time I do Olga's, and this is my rule.
Okay.
The next time I do Olga's, I want to be in costume for May the 4th.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to be dressed up as a Star Wars character to go into Olga's Cantina. Mm-hmm. Okay. I want my interaction in character and in costume. Mm-hmm. That's what I want.
One of the other things that you did differently at Disney, well, actually it started with our North Carolina trip at the airport, but you now keep it up whenever we're in a crowded public setting, is to roll up your pant legs so it is deadly obvious that you have a prosthetic, because when you're walking around, it doesn't look like you do. You know, at just a glance at you passing by without the pant leg rolled up, it just looks like you're walking along.
I kind of appreciate that, because that means that my gait is somewhat normal.
It is, and it's certainly picked up speed. So I'm like, I have short little legs compared to him. And for a while, I could like outpace him and he would be telling me to slow down, which was such a change from the last 30 years. So it was kind of refreshing for a little while. And now,
I know for you.
Yeah.
But for me, I'm sorry.
And so at least at the beginning of the day, it was like, okay, now you have to slow down because I can't keep up. And so,
well, you're still nursing an injured knee.
Yeah,
so.
Well, I always will be until I decide that knee replacement is what I want. But,
well, there's that, yeah.
But at the time, yeah, I mean, the last time I was at Disney, I too was in a mobility scooter because I had an injured knee. At the time, I didn't know it, but it was actually broken. The bone behind my knee was broken. So no wonder I was in so much pain. And I ended up getting the mobility scooter. And yeah, that was where I appreciated man, if you need it, it is a lifesaver. But yeah.
Okay, that's something I'm going to break in on this.
Okay.
And say this, and this is Chuck's tip on disabilities at Disney. If you need it, don't hesitate.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
You will only be making it worse. Yep. Hello. Merida agrees.
Because I thought for sure I'd be fine with a cane, and I was not fine. Like, I didn't even make it to the hotel. It was terrible. So
if you need it, get it.
Yeah.
I will never, ever now sit there and say, oh, we'll just put it off. We'll just put it off. Just put it off. No, it's the fact if all of a sudden I'm at the point where I can't make it back to the hotel or I'm questioning whether I can or not.
Right.
We order the scooter for the next day.
Yep. Which is exactly what we did.
Yeah. And I'm glad that the decision was kind of made for me.
Yeah. I'm like, we're done. Yeah. You're getting a scooter tomorrow. I don't care what you say.
Right.
So, when I went back to get our coats for evening, I ordered the scooter. So it was ready for us first thing in the morning.
And I appreciated it so much because the next day was bliss.
Yeah.
Just bliss.
It was bliss to be independent and walking. Mm-hmm. And it was bliss to have the scooter when you were so exhausted, there was no way you could have survived the next day.
Well, and what we had discovered is the next day. Mm-hmm. That night, actually, I had worn a blister on my right foot that was almost 1.5 the size of a silver dollar. Yeah. On the ball of my foot.
Yeah. So continuing to walk on that would have been a disaster.
It would have turned into an ulcer. Mm-hmm. It would have turned into a nasty, bloody mess.
It would have.
It would have been infected. Mm-hmm. And I would have lost my other foot.
Yeah. I mean.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. And there's Merida. Yeah.
So
not only is she the manager, but she was my nurse.
Oh, yes. She is our nurse.
She still tries to baby that foot. Mm-hmm. She still tries to take care of that foot.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's off topic.
So my other little interesting discovery then was when I went to try and find first aid supplies, because did we bring, we have like an entire hospital first aid supplies downstairs. Did we bring any of them? No, because we thought we'd be okay.
Yeah, of course not. It's like, why? That's extra crap I don't need.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. We should have. Always should have.
Yeah.
Anyway, so going into the gift shop there, they don't even have blister Band-Aids. They just have like the little 1-inch Band-Aids, which was fine. We made it work. But like, how many people rub blisters at Disneyland? Hello?
Practically everybody.
Right? Particularly if you're not thinking about it and you go, I need new shoes for Disney because we're going to be walking everywhere. And then you don't break in your new shoes until you've walked 30,000 steps at Disney. Yeah, bad idea. So why they don't even have blister Band-Aids was crazy to me.
That it stunned me.
They also don't have antacid, which, considering you go from eating healthy and watching everything you eat at home to eating whatever strikes your fancy at Disney, you're gonna need some antacid.
It's gonna be. This is where it's deadly for us because us both being diabetic.
Yeah,
it's high carb, high salt, high everything that you don't need,
right?
But you want.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're only there a couple days, so you're going to just splurge. and you're walking a ton. And so you're like, it'll be all right. I'll walk it off. But your tummy says, maybe you're walking it off, but I'm not happy.
Okay.
So.
That's something else too. Don't sit there. If you are diabetic, okay, if you are diabetic, don't turn around and say, oh yeah, I can eat anything I want. Calories at Disney don't count.
Yeah, no, that's not true.
And, you know, blood sugar levels, they'll be fine because I'll walk it off.
You still have to figure,
No. Okay.
Plan your splurges.
That's right.
Of course. But
Bank what you can.
Yeah.
And be aware of what you should not.
Yeah.
Okay. We got lucky. I got lucky. Because my blood sugars were pretty darn good.
Yeah, so were mine.
So, and it was because we were watching real careful. We kept the water up.
Yes.
Keep your water up. Keep your water up.
Yes.
Okay. Don't dehydrate yourself because
exactly.
That's doom for a diabetic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolute doom. But yeah, be aware of what you're doing and take it easy on the carbs.
One of the things that we discovered now that neither of us eat as much as we used to, we ended up sharing plates frequently. And
at the Trattoria.
Especially
at the Trattoria. Yeah.
I mean, there's some, right, Goofy's Kitchen, it's all you can enjoy, so you eat whatever.
Well,
but
yeah, you eat what you want.
But even then, we ate far less. When we split that plate at the Trattoria, we're like, man, we should have been doing this the whole time, because it was the perfect portion then that we could share. It allowed us to have, an extra salad or some dessert or something to go with it, since it was just the half portion. You don't feel bad leaving behind all of this food.
Exactly. And the poor waitstaff. So do you want a box?
No.
It's like, we're in a theme park.
Where do you think I'm going to put that?
Yeah. It's not going in the backpack.
Well, now that was that they're like, okay, yeah, even the restaurant at the hotel, the Maple...
Yeah, the Grand Maple.
The Grand Maple Eatery.
Grand Maple, yes.
Yeah. The food was pretty good, but there was so much of it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
huge portions.
Yeah, and we didn't agree on what we wanted.
No.
So, and even if we had agreed, we probably would have not thought about it then, because we were both starving getting from the airport.
Yeah, because it was 8 or almost.
Yeah, our flight had been delayed, so we were so late.
8:30 at night. And I'm starving. And I had already taken my medication.
Right.
And it was like I was at the point of sugar crashing.
Yeah.
So
we must eat now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I couldn't even get through half of my chicken and donuts. And that's where they were like, do you want a plate or a box? And I took the box because I thought, maybe I'll eat the donut tomorrow for breakfast. But it was a lot of donut.
2 huge, thick cake donuts, dense cake donuts.
Dense.
Okay.
Dense.
On the level of banana bread or of bread pudding dense.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I saw.
Mm-hmm.
Now I didn't.
It was like.
Yeah, I didn't eat any.
But it was like a beignet consistency, but denser. And so it was not light and fluffy like a beignet.
Yeah.
It was this, And then it was coated with this maple glaze, which was tasty, but, it was already a lot.
Now, I'm a big fan of fried dough. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm a big
so it wasn't a
fan of
cake
fried dough.
donut. It was a fried donut, but it was thick. And then it had all the bacon on top of it. I'm like, holy moly. So it was a crazy donut. And that was, it's its signature dish. But the chicken was fabulous. But again, they were, it's 2 chicken strips. And you think, well, I can get through 2 chicken strips. But they were chicken strips. Like,
they were full,
it's an entire breast.
An entire half breast.
Yeah, exactly.
A piece.
It was huge. And, and those like fancy chickens that are like very Dolly Parton.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. So it was supermarket chicken breasts rather than Kentucky Fried Chicken breasts.
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm.
So I gotcha.
Yeah,
all right.
yeah.
All right.
The ones that you can like cut into thirds.
Right.
And still have half a pound each.
I was going to say 1 chicken breast feeds 4 people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right.
Those poor chickens, man.
I know. Anyway, where were we?
We were talking about eating and sharing and splitting portions and
Yeah.
Let's see. What else happened with the amputee thing? Oh, the discovery that there are a few rides that were just off the table for you,
Yeah.
which was sad.
There is a limit to how far I can bend my knee comfortably. Okay. Case in point, Pirates of the Caribbean.
Right, which is like one of our favorite
Oh, yeah.
must-do rides.
Distinct favorite because, again, me being a fan of Imagineering and everything, and it is the gold standard of Walt Disney Imagineering rides. Okay, it's, yeah, I mean, everything is compared to Pirates.
It's true.
It's just the way it is.
Yeah.
I cannot sit in the boats because the benches are so close together. There's little to no leg room. And even when I had all of my legs, I could do it comfortably by doing a sort of a crisscross thing, you know, and I can't do that now.
No, and if you had the luxury of holding up the queue for a few minutes to sort of figure it out, like of sitting like side saddle, if you will, and being able to like spread across the entire seat to yourself.
Right.
I'm sure you could manage.
Oh, yeah,
but
most likely.
It would take a while to kind of figure that out before, and you know, so that's not gonna happen. I wish they had like practice boats outside so that you could figure that out.
Well, and see, that's the thing about the prosthesis. It is an unforgiving piece of hardware.
Yeah. And then the water rides are out because you can't get it that wet.
I can't get it because I will lose adherence and suction and friction.
Yeah.
And the dang thing will just start slipping off.
Yes. Well, that and you're kind of the Tin Man now, and you'll just rust and
no, I won't
bad
rust.
things will happen.
No, believe it or not, this prosthesis won't rust.
Oh, okay. All right.
It won't rust.
Good.
That's not the problem. No, the problem that we had in North Carolina was the threat of sand getting in there.
Of course. That makes sense.
Yeah. So that's what I was terrified of, was
Okay.
the sand.
Okay. So the wet wasn't the issue. It was just the bending and the...
Well, and yeah, see, there's no ankle
the wet.
articulation. Okay. I can't bend there's no bend to that ankle.
Right.
So there's the other problem. With Tiana's Bayou Adventure, if I have to straddle anybody in the front of me, I can't do it.
Well, and just getting into that thing. Yeah, because
I can't shove my leg on either side of anybody to get into the boat. I
mean, I struggled to get into it with my knees, and I have fully mobile knees. They just hurt when you get them into certain positions.
Right.
And, but yeah, as I got in it, I thought, there's no way you could do this.
Well, yeah. And
wet or not wet.
Yeah. Again, there's just some vehicles that I'm not getting into. The Matterhorn bobsleds.
Right.
There's no way.
What about Space Mountain?
Is just as bad as Splash Mountain.
That's what.
Tiana's Bayou Adventure.
Yeah.
Now, at Disneyland, since they're side by side, I could probably do it.
Yeah. Disney World.
At Disney World, there's no way I'm doing it. There's no way. So, which is why I say that the Disneyland Space Mountain, while it's the second one, is the better one.
Yeah.
Just saying. Go ahead. In the comments, go ahead. Go ahead.
And I should ride, because it looks like when they refurbed Matterhorn, the bobsleds look different. I know
they are a little different.
So I should ride it to see if it's different enough to see if you could get on it. Or do you not need that chiropractic experience?
No one ever needs the chiropractic experience, okay?
I know.
No one ever needs
You got to see the old Yeti.
Right. No, that's the new Yeti that's there now. It's not the old one.
That's true.
The old one just sort of bent forward and went, ugh, you know.
Yeah, but I'm thinking that Yeti versus the Himalayan
Everest.
Yeah.
Yeti.
Yeah. That one.
Okay. Animal Kingdom.
Yeah.
In Orlando.
Yeah.
Okay.
The one that sells the ice cream.
That's not the same one, no.
Yeah, it is.
Nope. No, the Disco Yeti is in Animal Kingdom. He's hairy, he's large, he's matted, he's got vicious teeth. He
Yeah.
is not the adorable snowman.
Okay.
Sorry.
But yeah.
But I know you really want the Yeti from Monsters Incorporated.
Yeah, wouldn't that be great? Welcome to the Himalayas.
Welcome to the Himalayas!
Snow cone? No, it's lemon.
Snow cone? No, don't worry. It's lemon.
Which I was so tickled to see that they have the lemon snow cone stand in California Adventure.
Oh yeah, over on Pixar Pier. Yes.
Yeah.
The-
We were
the
over there too
abominable
early
snowman, or
to get
the
one.
adorable snowman.
Yeah. We were there too early to get one. It wasn't open yet.
Right.
But I was like, I need to
Right.
get one of these just on principle because that is so appropriate. I loved it.
Exactly. That's yeah.
Yeah, we should have wandered back over there in the afternoon to get that and a cookie num nums.
Yeah, Jack Cookie Num Num. Yeah, we
Missed that
should've.
again.
I know.
We keep missing it. Yeah.
Well, okay. You needed some rest time after
did.
the Incredicoaster.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And Pixar Pier was too crowded to just sit there on Pixar Pier and wait for anything because that was nuts.
Well, I found a bench, but it was in the sun. And
Yeah.
so at some point I was like, okay, I'm done with sun.
Right.
The skin and sun. It's
Redhead.
a struggle. Yeah.
Redhead.
So it's yeah. But I'd forgotten. So in addition to all of the other maladies that we've rattled off, I have that situation where there's the crystals in your ears that if they get out of whack, your sense of balance goes off and the world starts spinning. And it's mostly fine now, but certain things will trigger it. And going upside down on a roller coaster, I learned, is one of those things. So we got off
Imagine
the roller.
that.
I know, right? Like we got off the roller coaster. I'm like,
Yeah.
I need to sit down. Everything's going woo.
Imagine that.
Imagine that. Fortunately, it didn't last long. So after a few minutes, I was fine. But
Yeah.
yeah, I was like, no amount of the Dramamine or Bonine was gonna fix that problem.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now,
But it was so worth it. I love that roller coaster.
now I still want to talk about walking around Disneyland
Okay.
without the scooter.
Yes.
Because, yeah, I rested a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Of course I rested a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, I did roll up my pant leg to show off the fact that I have
Mm-hmm.
a prosthesis. What I discovered about walking around Disneyland, and this is a sort of a very horrible testament to our society. Nobody looks below the belt line.
Mm-mm.
Or if you are, you're looking at your phone and you're not looking at anybody else. And a lot of people don't really, and they'll give me that side eye look of like, well, why are you trying to cash in on a disability? Oh, because they finally figure out, they look down at my leg and it's like, yeah. Yeah. I have 1.5 legs.
But we
Okay.
only used that once, pre-scooter.
Right.
Only at the Jungle Cruise.
Right. Jungle Cruise, I was actually a little hesitant to see if I could get in that boat. That was easy peasy. That boat
was no problem.
That was so easy. So that was, no big deal.
So we did get to see the backside of water
Yeah, we did. Because we're at Disneyland, we're going to.
and the Himalayan tiger.
But him is standing
But
right
him
now.
standing.
That's for you, Kat.
Yep,
That's for you.
him is standing.
But it really depresses me because
Mm-hmm.
and the reason it depresses me is because Disneyland is my home park.
I know.
Okay? Disneyland is my favorite park. I really love the people, the guests that go to Disneyland.
I know.
love
we were
those
commenting.
people.
Yeah, we were commenting on that.
I love them.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason is because there's a lot of locals,
Mm-hmm.
and those locals, they want to share their park with you.
They do.
They want you to come in. They want to play with you.
Yeah, lots of impromptu conversations
You know,
and just fun stuff. And yeah.
The first time we were at Disney and we were staying at the Grand Californian, and it was the day that I was wearing all of my Star Wars stuff. And I went through security to go to downtown Disney, and the lady behind me told the security staff, "Don't be nice to him. He's an Imperial," because I was wearing my Imperial cap and everything. And I stunned, and I stopped my scooter, and I turned around and looked at her, and I was like, that was 40 years ago.
It's like, these are security officers.
Yeah.
What side do you think they're on?
Well, no, it's the fact that she wanted to play.
She did. I
Okay,
know.
that lady wanted to play.
And then the day we were at Disneyland, when you were in the scooter, and the guy that when we were in Tomorrowland, and the fellow scooter.
Yeah, the other Star Wars guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Again, I'm wearing my Imperial cap, but I'm wearing that because it's a little chilly.
It is a little chilly.
Okay.
It's a little chilly in
And
California.
I'm cruising in my scooter. Chris is beside me. The other guy's coming the other direction. He's got a full-size monkey lizard on his scooter. Salacious Crumb from Return of the Jedi. Jabba the Hutt's little minion guy. He's got an Imperial cap on too. He's got a black t-shirt on with Imperial rank insignias on it. He spots me. I spot him. He gives me, and he keeps on trucking. And I was like, that's right. Game knows game.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's right.
Those are my people.
That's
Those
right.
are my people right there. And it was like, see, they want to share the park. They want to share their experience with you. And that's why they have all the goofy stuff on his electric scooters, because he knows people will come and talk to him.
Yeah.
Or it's one of those where he knows Star Wars fans are going to key on him.
Yeah.
And they do.
Right.
That's
That
again,
also tells me that he is a full-time scooter user.
yes.
Because
Yes.
those that are full-time scooter users decorate their scooters. I mean, why not? Particularly
yeah.
when you're at a park, but even for 4th of July or, for local events and things too. I've just noticed people, you just got to embrace it. If you have to use it, you might as well make it fun. And so clearly he's someone who must do that outside the park as well as inside the park.
Alyce joked with us the first time that I got the scooter about me, putting Evinrude on the back of it, so it looks like
Put little
Evinrude's-
fairy lights all over.
Yeah, looks like Evinrude's pushing me in the little fairy lights, so I have fireflies all around me and everything.
That's right.
And
That'd been fun.
and I'll have a little, my little MIDI players, then going down the bayou, and, doing that kind of thing. But if I had a one that I owned, oh yeah, I would have done that.
Yeah.
All over the place.
Yeah.
I'd be hanging little Disney plushies all over the thing, and
Right.
I'd be having myself a grand time. Stitch would be holding on to the handlebars with me, and
Woohoo!
yeah.
Yeah. Just similarly, how those that live in communities where you can have a full-time golf cart
Yes.
will do up their golf carts,
yes.
and kind of making that personal. Plus, I saw several wheelchairs that were really decked
That
out.
were decked out. Yes. Yeah. And
So that was fun to see.
that was
too.
something that I did notice this last time, is there were several decorated wheelchairs.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, because it was Sweetheart Night.
Oh, that's right.
Sweetheart Nights were going on.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's what was going on. That was the Disney After Hours thing.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what we didn't know.
Well, we didn't know about a couple of restaurants that were so great, but But as
Yeah.
far as mobility, what we didn't know. Probably the underestimating just how much endurance you need to
Yeah.
go to the park without a scooter.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. I wildly miscalculated the level of fitness that I needed to have.
Yeah. Yeah. And honestly, even though we've both started working out regularly and lifting and all of that, and I thought I was fine because I was wandering around. Yeah, my knee hurt at the end of the day, But looking at some of the videos, my knee must have been hurting a lot more than I
You
was
were-
letting on, because I
yeah.
was limping pretty hard by the end of the day.
Well, I was going to say, we were quite the pair.
Yeah.
You were dragging your leg, and I was, puttering along with,
Yeah,
So,
but
I
I was
mean-
enjoying myself a lot, and so I ignored it, and it was okay.
We were distinctly Carl and Ellie from Up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Totally. Yeah.
Definitely. I mean, yes, I was in the scooter, but honestly, all I needed is that cane with
Oh, with the tennis balls.
with the 4 tennis balls on it. Yeah.
Well, yeah. So we were the older version of them,
Yeah.
not the newlyweds. But
No, we were
yeah,
not.
that ship has sailed. Been there, done that.
Speaking of, we had a photo experience or a photo op opportunity
That's right.
at Pixar Place Hotel
That's
to
right.
do the the Carl and Ellie living room.
Yeah.
And yeah, we got to do our thing, and we did that.
We
And
did.
That photo will go here. So
Yeah, and there was another shout out to a cast member, because we were going to do it as a selfie, and a security guard was walking by, and he's like, "Hey, you want me to take your picture?"
It's like,
Yes, please.
Yes, we do.
So we ended up having some pretty great shots, because he could step back a couple of steps and not
actually
it was
get us
not a
in
selfie.
frame.
Yeah, get us in frame
Yeah.
and make it have all the background showing, so it was clear what it was.
Yeah, I think I have to echo that of what I didn't know is the level of fitness that I require
Mm-hmm.
to do what I used to do
Yeah,
to go to Disney.
yeah,
And
yeah. You were always the strongest of us all.
I miss that.
You'll
You
get
know,
back there.
I miss that. I miss being able. I used to do the Boulder, for crying out loud. The Boulder is a 10K marathon.
Mm-hmm. Well, 10K run,
Yeah,
walk run.
10K run. Sorry, it's not a marathon. But yeah, 6.32 miles.
Mm-hmm.
And I would do that at a walk,
Mm-hmm.
and I would walk as fast as most people jog.
I was going to say you clocked in faster than a lot of the runners.
Yeah, 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Took me 45 minutes or less.
Shocking.
Yeah.
There's no way I could do that.
Well, and here's the sneaky little secret of mine. There was about a mile that I did run.
Well, there you go. I was going to say, Kat and I did a 5K, and that was a pre-cancer journey for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it probably took us a couple hours just to do a 5K, not a 10K. So, yeah.
Yeah, and there was. I'm sorry, but I got to the point where I was tired of getting lost in the crowd and getting
Yeah.
backed up.
Yeah.
So it's like, screw
Yeah.
this. Let's just started jogging.
Yeah, that's a huge event
Yeah.
in Boulder every year, and it's getting bigger.
But I want to
So-
get back to it.
Of course.
I want to get back to that. I want to be able to be strong enough. And tomorrow, I get to go to my prosthetist
Mm-hmm.
and talk about getting my new socket made.
Yay.
Or at least tell them it's time to change sizes on the socket.
And that was part of the battle at Disney as well.
Oh yeah, my stump was wobbling inside that socket hard.
Mhm.
Okay, it was wobbling around.
Yeah, so it was socks on, socks off, trying to figure out the right level of thickness
Right.
so
I
that
was
you could click in enough, but
I
not.
I
Yeah,
was wearing a sore on the outside left part of my left leg.
yeah, that was a nasty
So-
bruise.
And it's still red and irritated there.
Yeah,
So hopefully they'll see that tomorrow, and we'll
yeah,
talk about places that need attention.
hmm
So
yeah. So, I guess that's the didn't know you didn't know is also make sure your equipment is all perfect.
yeah,
for
well,
as much as you can.
as perfect as you can get.
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean, of course, it's going to be different because we have an altitude change, and you're doing stuff you don't normally do, and all of that. But
right.
at least try and make it 100% in like your normal world before you go.
Oh yeah.
So
That was something that I should have paid closer attention.
mhm.
I don't know if it's something I didn't know versus maybe it's something I should have actually thought about.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, this trip for us was pretty spontaneous. Like New Year's Eve, we said, you know what? We need a Disney trip. And so we just kind of threw it on the calendar.
Yeah.
Last
and
minute, and-
there we are. I mean,
Yeah, so maybe maybe we just need to not be as spontaneous from now on. Although it was so nice to get away.
It was great.
Yeah.
And I'd do it again.
Yeah, me too.
I would do it again.
Knowing what we know now, we would make some minor adjustments and be ready.
This leads me to talk about something that is very, very controversial right now, especially among the mobility challenged community.
Yeah.
And that's the Disability Assistance Service, or DAS, at Disney.
Yeah.
I will tell you right now, as somebody who probably could have used it at the beginning, probably could have used it even when we were there and everything, even with the rules changes that have been happening or have happened, I'm going to tell you, if you can avoid it at all costs, please try to avoid it.
What, the desk?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm lucky. Okay. All I need to do is just walk up and get a return time. Okay. Or roll up and get a return time.
Right.
I'm lucky that way. There are those of us who are not.
Yes.
You know.
Well, and that's advantage, disadvantage of California Adventure is that everything is ADA compliant. So if you have the mobility scooter, you just wait in the line like everybody else does.
Yeah, you go through the line.
Yeah.
You just drive through the line.
Which is fine. But if you're trying to walk on your prosthetic and you are compromised, then it would be nice to have that return time option.
Yeah,
so you can
because
sit and wait.
With the prosthesis, it's not the fact that I can stand in line, or not the fact that I can walk in line.
Right.
Sure, I can walk in line.
But standing.
It's the stopping and standing. I can't do it that well.
Right.
It's
yeah.
I need
pressure.
to I need to get myself off my stump.
Exactly.
So
yeah,
there's that. I am hoping that Disney actually pays attention and starts to go back to proper ADA rules rather than just limiting DAS to cognitive issues.
Yeah, I mean, I completely understand still needing it for cognitive issues.
You have to have it.
Absolutely. Okay. If you have sensory issues or
but
anything.
To make that the only factor that is available for it is, right. I'm sorry, but that does not fall within ADA compliance.
Yeah, and I understand it's a slippery slope to try and define who's disabled in the right way situation, but it is something that they should consider.
Well,
look into.
Here's the horribleness of that. It's not necessarily the horribleness, but it's the horribleness of trying to define it, is that it is not for you to define.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, what I meant by that is just, if you're in a mobility scooter and you're over at California Adventure where you can wait in the queue like everybody else does, okay.
Yeah.
But if you're on crutches or on a prosthetic or using a walker, maybe not, right?
Right. Exactly. This is another issue of we are trying to move away from our ableist mentality in this society. Unfortunately, not so much.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's absolutely horrible. Case in point, a good friend of ours is not able to stand in lines.
Right.
Because she has a brain tumor.
Yeah.
Okay. And it causes balance issues.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. And there are other issues that she has that she just cannot stand in the lines that long. She must use Lightning Lane or the DAS.
Yes.
And
maybe the Lightning Lane at a discount is the right.
I don't think you should have to pay for it.
Well, that's fair.
Okay.
That's fair.
Sorry. No.
To get an equal experience.
That's right.
Yeah. Yes. Well, and that brings up like the invisible disabilities, right? So who knows? Right. You have a brain tumor, nobody. Who knows if you've had back surgery? Nobody, right? So.
Well, and who knows if I actually had something going off my leg if I had pulled my pant leg down?
Yeah.
You just said that I was walking around at a normal gait.
Right. No one would believe you until you had hiked it. But at least you could hike up your pant leg and prove it.
Right.
If you've had back surgery, you don't get to do that.
That's the thing is that people shouldn't have to prove it.
Exactly.
Okay. It's not a question of, I need to prove to you that I need help.
The problem is that people try and take advantage.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. But I would prefer, in my mind, to go ahead and let those very few that actually do take advantage of it, to help out those who don't.
Yes.
Okay. It doesn't hurt me any to have one or two take advantage of it.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a big deal.
Yeah.
If you're going to eliminate that thing because of the one or two that took advantage of it, you've hurt more than you have helped.
Yeah. And how did they collect any data to know who's taking advantage and who was legit? I have no idea because they never asked.
I don't know.
They believed you, right?
Right. They just, it's like, well, of course they are. So therefore, again, we're back to that ableist society. Mm-hmm. Because it's easier to presume malice than it is to accept ignorance.
Yep. Can I jump
or
back?
innocence? Sorry.
Can I jump back to one that you were able to do that you weren't able to do before?
Sure.
The Nemo ride, the submarine.
Oh, the submarine ride.
Yeah.
I did it before.
But you weren't sure if you were going to be able to do it with your prosthetic, but you did.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah, I climbed up and down those stairs. Not that big of a deal.
Because those are narrow stairs.
They're circular.
Yeah, right. So kind of no room for... And that was one that with my weight loss, I felt much better. And my knee. There was no way I could do it with my knee last time.
Right.
But I was able to do it this time. So
but yeah, you saw how that tight space between the bulkhead and the seat?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and that was bigger than some of the other rides we were just talking about.
Yeah, there's less space on Pirates of the Caribbean between the seats than there is on the submarine ride.
Right.
So,
and you probably can't ride Small World anymore. Not that that's you're not going to cry about that one.
Yeah.
And getting on Haunted Mansion was a bit of a experience for you.
Yeah.
Right, where you're on that moving walkway.
Yeah.
And you're like jump into the...
And I'm trying to get on as fast as I possibly can. And it's like, okay, And
it's dark and your vision has changed. So that's an experience. And
it was rough.
Like it was darker than it used to be too.
It is darker than it used to be.
Yeah. At least there at that beginning part.
No, through the whole ride.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Through the whole ride.
That's true.
It's darker than it used to be.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure why.
I know. I'm like, are all of our eyes going bad? Because it really felt like it was darker.
No, it's darker than it used to be.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, jumping on and off that with the moving walkway was he's like, okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Be ready to grab my cane. Because here I go.
Ready to grab me.
Yeah. Well, we didn't need to do that, but I was prepared.
So yeah, so that's our experience at Disneyland. That's my experience going to a theme park with a prosthesis. Again, my advice: if you do have a prosthesis and you have had the time and the experience with it to learn everything about it, you go with your bad self. You go do your thing. Mm-hmm. If you are just learning with the prosthesis, take your time. Don't push it so hard.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Take time to rest. There are benches. There are places to sit.
Mm-hmm.
That is something I will talk about briefly, is there are some times when there are places to sit and there are a lot of people just sitting there watching me walk up and just watching me stand.
Mm-hmm. I noticed that too.
That hurt.
Mm-hmm.
That hurt.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, really? That's where we are now?
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, but that's my advice with folks who are just learning with this is know yourself, know your limitations, know your body. Pay attention to what your body is telling you.
Yep.
If you're tired, rest.
Mm-hmm.
Always.
Yeah.
If you're thirsty, drink. Don't make yourself get to the point where you're really, really thirsty. Pay attention to your body.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's pretty much all I had. Is there anything else you had?
I guess the the scooter, you know, you love it when you have it and you hate it at the same time. So understand that people that are using those mobility scooters need it for a reason. They'd much rather not be using it. And so give them the space. Look below your waist once in a while, not only for scooters, but for strollers and small children running around. And
small animals.
And small animals, true. But yeah, just, it's easy to be envious of them because, gosh, your feet are killing you. But no, they need it for a reason. And, you know, be nice to them.
And that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Just be nice to people.
Be kind.
Okay? Yeah, be kind. Mm-hmm. Be kind. Anyway, that's all we had for this week. For this time. In 2 weeks, I have no idea what we're going to talk about.
Well, we'll think of something.
I didn't plan ahead that much.
I know. You planned through the first quarter of the year, and now we're like, okay, got to plan for the next quarter.
Yeah, right.
Uh-huh.
Well, the weather's getting warmer, and there's stuff to do in Denver, and we can go out and talk about that stuff and, provide video for it.
Mm-hmm.
So
do some more adventures this year.
And if you guys have missed anything, I've got videos, especially on Spotify, that nobody has watched.
Aww.
There's 4 videos over there now that have 0 audience.
Aww.
0.
Use Spotify.
Yeah, go to Spotify. Of course, don't abandon YouTube.
No.
I need YouTube.
We need YouTube. Yeah, for sure.
Anyway, that's about all I had, and I guess we will see you with all 3 of us hopefully in 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Mm-hmm.
So, yes, and just so you know, Alyce is okay. She is not sick. She just is out to dinner this time.
Yeah, had a work thing.
So anyway, thanks a lot, folks, and we will see you soon.
Bye.